vais être le gars qui a le plus de sortes de confitures à sa disposition.
C'est dimanche, jour de fête, Roxane.
Hello people, I hope you're all doing well. This week we decided to bring you along with the start of our garden and also show you how we make dandelion wine, which turned out so well last year that we decided to make a double batch this year. We are far from experts when it comes to gardening, but we grow our skills every year by trying different techniques, and one that very stuck with me is the Ruth Stout method, which is also one of the simplest. Basically, the idea is to cover the ground by using very heavy mulch, in our case, about 2 feet of spoiled hay that was given to us. This limits the amount of weeding that we have to do and also builds up the soil, which was quite poor before doing this. In only 2 years, it improved dramatically. Rémi transplanted some garlic that has been growing from forgotten bulbs of last season, and as the plants grow, we will add more hay around each plant. Another thing that has been quite successful in our garden was to add all sorts of food scraps and organic matter directly in the garden under the mulch layer instead of composting it first. Comfrey leaves are one of the things that we add throughout the season.
Je vais être le gars qui a le plus de sortes de confitures à sa disposition.
What I'm doing here is adding wool around my perennial plants. This will prevent weeds and also keep the moisture a lot better than the hay.
Viens-t'en, Nanook!
We are just beginning our garden preparation and we will keep documenting our progress in the next couple of weeks. But now, let's get into the dandelion wine. After picking the flowers come the daunting task of pulling out the petals. We don't want the green parts, which can give the wine an unpleasant bitterness.
Dans C'est nous les héros, là, son père il cassait des œufs, puis il mettait le jaune d'œuf dans l'évier, puis les coquilles dans son plat qu'il fallait mettre les jaunes d'œuf.
Ah ouais.
Fallait mettre le contraire, les jaunes d'œuf dans le plat, puis les coquilles dans l'évier. Mieux que toi.
Toi, tu nous as aidé.
Ça va être là.
On fait ça tout ce soir. Ok. Je suis pas sûre que je vais relever le défi.
This is a very time-consuming process, and I suggest you to grab your kids, spouse, and friends and promise them a bottle in exchange for their help. Not the kids, of course. They usually work for free.
Puis là, genre, c'est ça. Fait que là, il part.
C'est dimanche, jour de fête, Roxane.
C'est ton jour de fête?
Mais toi aussi?
After all the dandelions are free from their greens, I added leftover rose petals that I thought would add an interesting taste and some rhubarb stalks. Then, we brought the mixture to a simmer and let it rest for the whole night. In the morning, we removed as much of the flowers as possible before adding the sugar, which will be transformed by the yeasts into alcohol. The amount of sugar will dictate the potential alcohol content of the final product, which should be, in our case, about 15%. Then I poured the liquid through a very fine mesh as I transferred it into the brewing vessels to get rid of the last plant material. The very last ingredient is a spoonful of wine yeast, and then our wine will be brewing for 3 months before we can enjoy a glass with our friends and family.
Les Pet Cuteness! Viens me voir! C'est des choses!
Now that this episode comes to an end, I wanted to thank you so much for the feedbacks and the lovely comments that we received on our different platforms. It feels so good to know that you like our content, and it makes us very happy to share more. If you have any question or suggestion of what you would like to see next, share them in the comments. And before I let you go, please enjoy some cute moments we had with our pet friends. Have a wonderful week.
T'aimes ça, des wraps?
Oui.
Mon petit prince.